Congressman Schultz of Florida, also the chair of the DNC. Congresswoman, good to have you with us.
Thanks, Ed.
You don't have to watch the other network for very long to find out that the Hillary factor is very much involved in all of this. Your take on the way this has turned a lot towards Hillary?
Well, just a few weeks ago, my Republican colleagues, especially their leadership, said that the Affordable Care Act and their obsession with repeal was going to be issue 1, 2, and 3. And a funny thing happened on the way to remaining obsessed with repealing the Affordable Care Act as an election issue. It got more popular. 8 million people signed up. You had a 20-point drop even among Republican partisans in their belief that the Affordable Care Act is actually a bad thing. Because you know what? People actually don't want their insurance companies to drop them or deny them coverage. And so what Republicans did was they next turned to another base motivator, Cliven Bundy, and they latched onto him as a hero. That kind of blew up in their face pretty quickly, and so now they've relatched on to Benghazi. This is after 13 hearings, 50 briefings, 25,000 pages of documents provided by the administration, and now, even though Speaker Boehner a few weeks ago said didn't need a select committee, that the House was going to do its work, now suddenly we need a select committee to get to the bottom of what? To get to the bottom of how they're going to make sure they have an issue to turn their right-wing Tea Party base out. That's all this is about.
Well, it has been reduced to asking why it was Susan Rice on the Sunday talking shows instead of the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And then the comment was made by Lindsey Graham that if you don't like going on the Sunday shows, don't run for president. I mean, isn't that what this is all about? To somehow get a dig to Hillary, to make her seem incompetent and not ready for the position?
They don't even have straws to grasp here, Ed, and so that's why they've resorted to commenting on, media appearance decisions. I mean, what we should be doing and continuing to do with Benghazi is working together to, A, like Secretary Clinton said, make sure nothing like this ever happens again, and bring the perpetrators to justice, which is why and also, when it comes to making sure it never happens again, that we beef up embassy security, which the Republicans haven't exactly been completely cooperative in accomplishing.
No, they've cut the budget, denied funding on that numerous times. Now, Mr. Gowdy, the congressman, a former prosecutor, he says it's not going to be a hearing, Congresswoman Schultz. He says that it's going to be depositions. What does that mean? Does that change the landscape at all?
Look, Trey Gowdy has already, raised money off of Benghazi, and so, selecting him to lead this, he is one of the more extreme Tea Party adherents to their right-wing doctrine, and has been obsessed himself with Benghazi, and choosing him was very transparent. What they're trying to do is make sure that this remains an election year issue. They are going to fan these flames and try to get this as white hot as they can. Okay. But the problem for them is that the American people want us to focus on job creation, focus on getting the economy turned around, and creating opportunities for everyone, rather than the select few the Republicans care about.
Do you think Hillary Clinton will or should cooperate if she is subpoenaed?
Secretary Clinton has been cooperative all the way through. She has come and testified in front of the Government Oversight Committee even after she was no longer Secretary of State. She was very willing to do that. And like I said, the State Department and the administration has released 25,000 pages of documents. There really doesn't appear to be anything left to do except use this as a Republican method of fanning the flames to gin up their base.
Okay, so should she not pay attention to the subpoena, and should the Democrats ignore this, quote, select special, whatever the heck it is, committee to go after Benghazi?
Well, look, if they're going to actually make this fair, what Leader Pelosi has said, and I agree with her, is that the committee should be evenly split. There should be the same number of Republicans and Democrats if they are going to attempt at a fair, quote-unquote, investigation. But if they don't, then we should, I think Leader Pelosi should seriously consider having us not to participate, because sanctioning this sham would be ridiculous.
So unless it's even, you say not participate.
I think that's something that Leader Pelosi should seriously consider. That will be her decision, and she'll make a recommendation to the caucus. But look, we shouldn't lend this credibility when what it is as transparent as it is, which is nothing more. They're not trying to get to the bottom of anything else. There was a commission that met, led by Admiral Mullen. 29 recommendations. They're in the process of being implemented. This is nothing more than them trying to keep this alive because they lost the Affordable Care Act as an issue. They couldn't latch on to Clive and Bundy anymore. They got to find something to turn their base out. And frankly, if you look at the communications one of the communications staff at the RNC, what she said the other day is that they were going to latch on to this issue and make sure that as much attention as possible is paid to it because they know that it fires up their base. That's all this is about. And you know what? It's disgusting because we should make sure that we get to the bottom of it so that it never happens again. They should support increasing embassy security.
The way they're acting, it's a bottomless pit. The way they're at Benghazi is the bottomless pit when it comes to news coverage. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, chair of the DNC, great to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ed.
Still ahead.